Brainiac, the evil alien intelligence, has stolen 50 doomed cities from throughout time and space and brought them to a place beyond the multiverse, to a sentient planet of his own design, a world with the power of a god. Heroes and villains from dozens of past worlds and timelines battle out for their very existence, whilst a small group of heroes from a destroyed Earth try to stop the threat before reality itself is destroyed amidst the chaos. Today I'm going to be talking about Convergence. Today, I'm going to be talking about Convergence from DC Comics with writer Scott Lobdell and artist Tom King and Carlo Paglialadin. The main cast is a small group of heroes from Earth 2 as they try to rescue doomed cities that Brainiac has stolen and face off against planet-powered Telos, a new villain. Things happen, plots twist, and new characters emerge. As a whole, I'd say it's a decent book, which gets somewhat lost towards the end. The good. Okay, so there are a few things that I liked about this book, such as the art by King and Paglialadin, which was excellent. Their figure work is great, and the art really jumps off the page in this book. I feel that both artists draw fight scenes really well, which is kind of a shame, as this book doesn't have many of them. Characterization was spot on throughout for the main cast, including Thomas Wayne Batman, Superman, and Jay Garrick Flash, all of whom are from Earth 2, which is destroyed now. As someone who hasn't read any of the Earth 2 books, I have to say I was somewhat intrigued and appreciate the characters in a way that I previously would not have. This is good, as it means that for the most part the characters were interesting and well written. Telos was also an intriguing villain who had a cool original design, which is probably my favourite part of this book. There are a few cool moments, such as the initial fight against Telos, Thomas Wayne Batman beating on the new 52 bad guys, the brief fight between all the villains and heroes towards the end, and the scenes between Dick and Thomas were also very good. The bad. This book had an interesting enough plot. Different heroes and villains from worlds and timelines battle out. However, this wasn't the main focus. The majority of the story was about a fantasy world which introduced us to many new characters. Now, I'm all for introducing new characters into the DC universe, but I just wish they'd make them actually interesting. First up, the whole plot changes from a comic book epic battle to a fantasy world magic story, which, to be frank, I'm just not that invested in. Such a dramatic change from everything else in the book, it was just an unwanted surprise. I mean, none of the comics even hinted at a magical realm with warlords riding triceratopses into the cave of a villain who's clearly just a Doctor Strange knockoff. And that brings me on to the villain, or villains of this series. Just to note, I don't hate DC, and I enjoyed the New 52 a lot more than the Marvel Now series, but I'd say I like them both. Yeah, that's a thing that can actually happen. I particularly like the villains of the DC universe. However, this book didn't have that same strength. Initially, the big bad was Brainiac, and I was okay with that. However, spoiler alert, he isn't. The main villain is actually Telos, who we saw in issue 0 of the book, so that's not really a spoiler, but hey. Until he turns good, and we find out that, spoiler alert, the main villain is actually a character called Deimos, a magical bad guy that looks just like Doctor Strange. Seriously, the colours and the face is just literally spot on. And he wasn't really written to be an interesting villain, more just another cliche bad guy for the heroes to punch once all this has ended. And once it does end, in a rather underwhelming way, it results in each timeline and universe having their own world, meaning that there probably isn't any continuity anymore in the DC universe. But the good thing about this is this now allows DC to pretty much tell any story they want with any character without worrying about any history or any continuity. But hey, DC Rebirth is a thing now, and they'll probably just reboot everything and give us a whole brand new slate for new readers. However, they actually look really good, so I'll probably be reviewing them in a future episode of this show. So, is Convergence worth the read? Yeah, as it has good art and it's a decent book. By no means, however, is it a must read. Here's a summary of why it's worth the read. This is the first episode of a new series where I review comics and trade paperbacks and tell you what's good, what's bad, and what's just plain crap in the world of comics, in my opinion, of course. If you like this video, guys, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. But what did you think of Convergence? Did you like it, or did you just hate it? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, guys, see you later.